All right, hello and welcome back to another Mr. Pisto Plays Magic the Gathering Arena Brawl deck tech and gameplay session. My face looks really red. It's fire breathing dragon time. The sun is going down where I am now, and we're playing Tiamat, the 7 mana 7/7. You need Wooburg +2 to get a flying dragon god. Whenever it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, search your library for up to 5 dragon cards not named Tiamat that each have different names. Reveal them, put them into your hand, and then shuffle your library. We're gonna get into the dragons, the ramp, the removal, and then the other spells that round out the deck along with our lands. All right, let's get into our dragons. At the bottom end, just trying to help us stay alive, but also be dragons if we can get them with Tiamat if we need them. Nadar, Selfless Paladin, 3 mana, 3/3, Vigilance, Dragon Knight. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, venture into the dungeon. Probably not going to be completing dungeons. Excuse me. So the bottom text of +1/+1 as long as you completed a dungeon, probably not relevant, but the little bit of advantage that we get from those dungeons might help us win a game. Dragon Turtle's a 3 mana 5/3 or 3/5 flash dragon turtle. It has drag below. When it enters the battlefield, tap it and up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. They don't untap during their controller's next untap step. So you're probably going to want to cast this on your opponent's turn so that it comes back to your turn. Your creature doesn't untap. It goes back to their turn. Their creature doesn't untap. And then when it comes back to you, you get your untapped dragon turtle. We have Gadrak, the Crown Scourge, 3 mana 5/4 flyer. Kind of helps us hold the fort until we can get to our bigger dragons and maybe have killed some things, or they've killed some things, your opponent's killed some things, so you can generate those treasure tokens. It can't attack unless you control 4 or more artifacts. And at the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each non-token creature that died this turn. Then you have Icing Death Frost Tyrant, a 4 mana 4/3 legendary creature dragon, flying and vigilance. When it dies, create an Icing Death Frost Tongue legendary white equipment artifact token with equipped creature gets +2/+0 whenever equipped creature attacks tap target creature defending player controls, and it has equipped 2. It helps us hold down, same as Gadrak, hold down the fort until we can get to the bigger dragons. Ebon Death Dragolith is a 4 mana 5/2 flash flyer and enters the battlefield tapped. So when you play it on your opponent's turn, it's tapped. So you're probably going to want to do that. So it untaps on your turn. And then you can cast this card from your graveyard if a creature not named Ebon Death Dragolith died this turn. There's a recurring threat that I think is going to be pretty good. Galazeth Prismari, 4 mana 3/4 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, you create a treasure token. That can help us ramp to Tiamat. Can also help us cast our instants and sorceries that we have in the deck, because when Galazeth is out, you can tap your artifacts as if they were mana artifacts so that you don't have to sacrifice them. But you can only use that mana to cast instants and sorceries. We have Emerster Predator, 4 mana 3/3 flyer. When it becomes tapped, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard and put a 1/1 counter on Emerster Predator. You can sacrifice another creature. Emerster Predator gains indestructible until the end of turn, and you tap it. So we're probably not going to be sacrificing things to tap to the Emerster Predator, but you never know. But it is also a little bit of graveyard hate for us because we don't really have any in the deck. Then we have Imarith Desert Doom, 5 mana 5/5 flyer. It has ward 4, so your opponent has to pay 4 on top of whatever the casting cost of their spell is. Target it as long as it's untapped. As soon as you attack with it, it puts down its shields and it probably be easily dealt with. When it deals damage to a player, you get to draw a card. And then if you have fewer than 3 cards in hand, draw cards equal to the difference. You're drawing 1 for sure, and then depending on how many cards you have in your hand, you're drawing up to 3. Goldspan Dragon, we've been there, done that. 5 mana 4/4 flying haste. When it attacks or becomes a target of a spell, create a treasure token, and those treasure tokens have sacrificed this artifact to add 2 mana of any color. This gets us from 5 to 7 if we miss a land drop on turn 6, and that can help us cast Tiamat. Terror of the Peaks, 5 mana 5/4 flyer. It had ward before ward was a thing. If they want to target it, they need to pay 3 life to cast that spell. And then whenever another creature enters the battlefield, it deals damage equal to the creature's power, any target. So we can pick off things off their board. We can start throwing damage at their face to make sure we win the game. Adult Gold Dragon. When another new dragon from the set, 5 mana, 4/3 flying, lifelink, haste. Not much more to say there. Inferno of the Star Mounts, 6 mana, 6/6 flying haste, can't be countered. This comes into play against the probably plethora of the blue decks that you might see on the format. It has fire breathing, so play 1 red to get +1/+0, and if you can get its power to 20, it deals 20 damage to any target. I highly doubt we're going to do that, but with Bellajoss, maybe we could. Bellajoss Weather Broom, 7 mana, 4/4 flyer, and at the beginning of each upkeep, create a 1/1 so we can help hold down the board on the ground. That has, when it dies, you gain 1 life, and then also you can pay 10 life, untap all lands you control, activate only once each turn. So you could play Bellajoss, untap your lands, pay your 10 life, play another big fat dragon, and then continue on from there. So those are the dragons. What do you think? Did I miss anything? There are lots of dragons in the format. There are lots of new uncommon dragons. I think they're a little overpriced for what you get in a format like this, but in limited, I think they're fantastic. But we're not playing limited. We are playing Brawl. All right, those are the dragons. Let me know if there's anything I missed. All right, into the ramp. We have Gilded Goose, 1 mana, 0/2 flying bird. When it enters the battlefield, create a food token. You can tap it and sacrifice a food to make a mana, or you can pay green, colorless, to create another food token. So it helps us obviously ramp, but we can also stay alive in games where it's close by creating more food and gaining 3 life for each food. Orb of Dragonkin is a 2 mana artifact that has pay 1 and tap it to add 2 mana of any combination of colors to spend on dragon spells or activate dragon abilities, or you can pay a red and sacrifice it to look at the top 7 cards of your library. You can reveal a dragon from among them, put them into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. We might do that if it's super late in the game, but for the most part, this is a ramp spell. Illusion Caryatid, 2 mana, 1/1, taps add 1 mana of any color. If you have power 4 or greater, taps add 2 mana of any one color instead. Wolfwillow Haven, chance a land, and that land taps for an additional green mana. So it helps cast part of the colorless aspect of Tiamat. Can also be sacrificed to create a 2/2 wolf token, activate on your turn. So maybe late game you need a blocker, help you there. Cultivate, search for 2 basic lands, put 1 into your hand, 1 on the battlefield tapped. Dryad of Illusion Grove, pseudo ramp. You need to have lands in your hand to make that work, but also lands you control are every basic land type in addition to their other types. So this helps us cast all the spells in our deck. It is a fantastic card. Glittering Frost, 3 mana enchant land. That land is now snow, and that land is tapped. It adds an additional mana of any color ish. Then we have Essica, God of the Tree, and the Prismatic Bridge. Essica is a mana dork that also makes all our other legendary creatures mana dorks. And then the Prismatic Bridge, at the beginning of your upkeep, fishes out a creature or planeswalker card, puts that card on the battlefield, put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. We have tons of strong dragons, along with a few planeswalkers. So the Prismatic Bridge is very strong, but Essica is also very strong in helping us get to Tiamat. Those are our ramp. We have some removal with Bloodchief's Thirst. Destroys something small for 1 mana, destroys anything for 4. Heartless Sack destroys a creature with no counters on it, but can also remove 3 counters from target creature, so we can shrink a Polychronos if we need to. Dragon's Fire deals 3 damage minimum. If you have a dragon in your hand that you want to reveal, or a dragon on the battlefield, you can choose that creature's power, and it deals that much damage instead. The Murderous Rider, destroying a creature or a planeswalker and losing 2 life for a Swift End. It's also a 3 mana 2/3 lifelinker, and that when it dies, you put it on the bottom of his library in any your library. We have Kai the Inexorable. It's -3, exiles target non-land permanent. +1, put a ghost form counter on up to 1 target non-token creature. When that creature dies instead, or is put in exile, return it to its owner's hand and create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. That stacks, so you can get 2 or 3 creatures, 1/1 creatures out of that. And it's -7. You get an emblem at the beginning of your upkeep. You can cast a legendary spell from your hand, from your graveyard, or from cards you own in exile without paying its mana cost. So it can get there fairly quickly, and it is quite a strong removal spell. We have Garrett, Cursed Huntsman, another very strong removal spell. Planeswalker, 6 mana, 5 loyalty. It's 0, create 2/2 wolf, green and black wolf creature tokens. Then when they die, you put a loyalty counter on each Garrett you control. -3, destroy target creature, draw a card. -6, creatures you control get, or you get an emblem with creatures you control get +3/+3 and have trample. Erebos' Intervention. You can either make a creature get -X until end of turn, and you gain X life, or you can exile twice X cards from graveyards. We have some other spells in the deck. We have that Dragon's Disciple I talked about in my video that you can see in the card above. It's when it enters the battlefield, if you control a dragon or reveal a dragon, it gets a 1/1 counter. But dragons you control have ward 1, so every dragon you have to pay 1 extra mana to target your dragons. I'm playing Valky, God of Lies, and Tibalt, Cosmic Imposter. I think this card is a good early card to disrupt your opponent, and it is a very strong late game card to disrupt your opponent, exile things, and so on. Bard class, we get this to this level 2. It makes our Tiamat cost a green and a red less. That's why it's mainly in the deck. But we have a lot of our dragons are legendary creatures, so they enter with an additional 1/1 counter. You happen on a glade. You have a Journey On and you have Make Camp. Journey On searches your library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, and shuffle your library. So you're guaranteed to make your land drops. This is an instant. Or Make Camp, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. There are lots of strong permanents in this deck, so I thought this was a cool include. Then we have the OG 5-color commander with Kenrith, the Return King. He just does too much to not include in a 5-color deck. You can read them. You can look in the deck list below to see exactly what it does if you are unsure of that. Then we have Heliod's Intervention. It destroys X artifacts and or enchantments, or you gain X life. We have in the deck Mythos of Nethroi. Destroy target non-land permanent if it's a creature, or if you played a green and a white, you can destroy anything. It's in here over Binding of the Old Gods, because right now Binding of the Old Gods is a little bit broken. To search your library for a forest card and put it into your onto the battlefield tapped and shuffled, only searches for basic forests. So we only have 2 basic forests in the deck. We have the Triomes, and I used to have a couple of the snow basics, or the snow duels, but because this is broken and not working, we're playing Mythos of Nethroi. We have what, 2, 3, 6, 9, 11 basics. We have the World Tree, we have a few pathways, we have a couple temples, we have all the Triomes, and that is our Tiamat standard Brawl deck. All right, let's get into a couple games. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, notify. Here we go. This should be a fun kind of matchup for us. We can get all our colors. We have a removal spell. Sure, why not? Let's do this. Scry River, sure. A good ramp spell. Play this into this. They are ramping too. All right, we have tons of colors. Do this here. And then this. I want a blue and a white. Sure. I think we just. No, we do this. Well, that is on the battlefield. We are never playing our Heartless Act. Kogla. Cast, do this. We still lose this, but we get to kill that. Still lose that, but they lose their Kogla. And now I just think we jammity jam. We came here to play Tiamat, we're gonna play Tiamat. Why we want? Guess they don't want to play with us anymore. Alright, win's a win. Let's do it again. One called Valley. We have lands, we have colors, we have ramp. We can keep this. Green triumph first. Just in case we draw the goosey goose. Omen Keel, they're gonna steal our stuffs. Might have to play this so that they only do this once. Don't want them to steal our stuffs. Ow. No. Bad omen kill. Bad omen kill. Big dragon stop bad omen kill. Illusion of the Grove. Alright, I want this black. Oh, I guess it doesn't. This is blue for sure. Because this is blue for sure. I want this. And then this can go on red. Hello, Kaya. We're losing all our ramp, but death is inevitable. Sure, you crew that omen keel.
That was an easy job.
I wonder if Valky could pick off something good. Oh, that would have been a good one for us to pick off. I need atoms. Excuse me.
Here, let me help.
I'm back. Oops, I forgot to unmute. That one there, because all the things that I want to keep alive, this is the one to make all my lands do what I need it to do. Sure. Like, where do they get the temple? That's my temple. Nothing has hit the graveyard yet. World tree. We're here to do this though. All right, I want Belladros, and I want this one, this one, this one, and I want that one.
You'll be fine. Trust me.
Oh, I get there. And spicy meatball. Valky's cool. But we're here to cast dragons. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. We are casting this into, or this. All the cards. We're drawing all the cards. This is how much? 10, 17. Coma. 2 comas. I guess we wanted the Valky. That was a little bit of a mistake on their part. They could have shut down my Kaya. Sure. Would like to play this one, I think. I think I'm just playing this as a dude. It doesn't do much but kill that. By Vicoma. Gives us more mana. Two treasures. That's actually quite good for us. Activated abilities can't be activated. Sure. Sure. This is a good game. Sure. Guess I could have put another counter on this. That can eat that. That can eat that. This can... Poor Kaya.
Got too involved with locals.
Mm-hmm. And I think we're gonna lose this Kaya though, or this thing. Cast this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I cast this one. Gain me a little bit of life. Sure. This is a very interesting game. 7 cards. Azusa. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna do that to make it so that it has to. One of those tokens goes to making it indestructible. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's attacking with too much. Back to 20. I have 3 extra life gain with the Predator. They have so many cards. Sure, what you gonna eat? That resolves. There goes my ruin crab. Okay. Tap 1, 2, 3. I still have. Sure. Mm-hmm. All right. This box here, this blocks here, this blocks here, 10, 11, 12, 13. I don't know if I won or lost that, but they quit, so math is for blockers. You should have let me block and seen what happens. Anyways, that was a solid game. All right, let's try and get one more and then we'll call her a go. Well, this is definitely a mulligan if I've ever seen a mulligan. This is very much keepable. Very keepable. And against Kaya, we will start with a Triome. I don't know if this is worth it right now. And we will Temple. We will keep the Cultivate for sure. Let's see how this deck fares against something very probably super hyper control-y. We will play the Island, we will play the Cultivate, we will get ourselves I want a black and a white. The white on the battlefield, black into our hand. We can play Kaya of our own. We don't really have anything to plus onto though at the moment. Do we just Valky? Yeah, that's Valky. What do you got playing? What are you playing with? Gimme, gimme. Give me that one. You turn it now. We'll play this. Do creature or planeswalker. That's nice. Sure. Scry away. That's scary. You're gonna kill our world tree. Yes, we Kaya it up.
If the job is wrong, I choose.
At 0. This has not been a fruitful hand. I'm not playing Ugin in this deck because I just don't want to play Ugin in this deck. Guess they can exile our Kaya. Maybe I should have waited.
If you want a job done right, hire.
Sure.
Look,
I give you a target. Alright, this can go on this. This, this can go there.
Well, this wasn't what I signed up for.
Sure. Always put your enchantments on basics. Always, always, always. All right, let's get some hasty boys. I want this. Hasty dragons. I want that. This. I think I want terror. And I want Ebon Death. Really? Guess you have Doomscar. Get a Doomscar away the board? Mm-hmm. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can play terror. Well, that one can go. Guess this one. Run them out of resources. Bye bye, board. I guess the world tree could fetch out Tiamat. You have to Doomscar here. Mm-hmm. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. Eight, Ugin. Archaea.
I won't stand by as innocent people are slaughtered. And stay gone.
Sure. I guess it doesn't really matter, but if I do lose that, I want white. A gift that keeps on giving. Now you have to Ugin, and with you Ugin, you have to wipe the whole board. Or you can play tappy games. Alright, we're playing tappy games. Sure.
Weird, right?
Now, how aggressive do I want to be? Do this. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I kill this, they get to recast it. Sure. Oh, that's gross. Oh, that's a loop I don't know if I can beat. They're just gonna keep picking off my things. Do that. I don't think we're gonna beat this. But it's gonna be a slow, grindy death. Now they Ugin. Okay.
You'll be fine. Trust me.
I don't think we can win. This just blocks this. Yeah. Unfortunately, even with all our dragons, we're not going to be able to get there. Let's just play them all out and see what happens. We can't kill them all. Ermistrom can fizzle this, actually. Let us scry one. Sure. That's gonna go at Ugin. Now, if they play their cards right, they should exile the Ermistrom Predator, then sacrifice this, then blow up something else. Let's see. Nope. Alright. I guess if they exile the board, they get those things back in their hands. Yeah, I think this game is over. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for watching. I think the deck folds pretty hard to hardcore control removal like that. But it's fun. It's dragons. we got some wins. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. Mr. Pisto, to you. Take care. Bye for now.